Hello, dear viewers. Today we are going on a journey through the mystical paths of an ancient forest filled with secrets and mysterious stories. Join me as we dive into the atmosphere of true mystery, full of horror and magic, inspired by the tale of the old woodsman and the town of Willow Creek. Before we start our adventure, please support the channel by subscribing right now, giving a thumbs up, and leaving a comment below. This way, you'll be the first to know about new episodes and join the discussion of our next thrilling story. Let's begin our adventure right now. The Shadow of the Underwood. Hidden among ancient pine forests in the Appalachians stood a small town called Willow Creek, a sleepy village that had been left untouched by the passage of time. Its inhabitants lived quietly and deliberately, almost oblivious to the flow of years, as if nature itself were guarding this forgotten corner from the rest of the world. Even the wind whispered old legends passed down through generations about mysterious creatures lurking deep within the thickets. Among the locals, one tale was particularly well known: the story of the old woodsman, an enigmatic figure who appeared only during special seasons, winter, when the cold pierced bones and snow blanketed the earth. It was said that it was precisely at such times that the woodsman awoke from his long slumber and wandered between trees, watching over humanity. The elders told stories of how the woodsman possessed a unique gift, could see into people's souls and determine whether they had violated the laws of nature or committed crimes against her herself. If someone harmed living beings or nature, the woodsman might impose a curse, forcing them to endure nightmares comparable to hellish torments. But there were other tales even more sinister. They spoke of instances where the woodsman took human lives directly. His appearance meant certain doom for those close by, someone who deserved punishment. One evening, deep in winter, a loud knock sounded on a door. When the homeowner opened it, he found a tall figure cloaked in darkness standing before him. The man stepped inside, just one sand, vanished forever. This strange encounter marked the beginning of a series of horrific events. A month later, a young girl disappeared while picking berries far from town. Another week went by, and a local hunter got lost in the woods and was found dead. People began fearing venturing too deeply into the forest and avoided being alone after dark. Meanwhile, villagers noticed unusual behavior among animals. Birds stopped singing, squirrels hid in their nests, wolves vanished entirely. Even the friendly old moose, accustomed to visiting near the forester's hut, no longer showed up nearby. Then came Grandmother Jane's voice, the oldest resident of the village, whose knowledge extended beyond common wisdom. She informed everyone that the spirit of the forest demanded sacrifice. Each time harmony between humans and nature was disrupted, redemption must occur. Otherwise, the woodsman would return with his shadow army and destroy all villagers. Elders remembered an old tradition voluntarily choosing a victim, performing a cleansing ritual to appease nature's wrath. But younger residents refused to follow these ancient customs. They believed such tales were outdated and preferred seeking safety through technology and police intervention. However, soon it became clear that modern methods offered no protection against evil coming from the forest. Surveillance cameras malfunctioned, radios failed to transmit signals, phones lost connectivity. The village was cut off from the outside world. A group of young men decided to venture deeper into the woods, hoping to uncover the cause behind these events and save their loved ones. Among them was John, a boy who lost his father many years ago under similar circumstances. His mother died shortly afterward, leaving John an orphan. Now he felt responsible for his family and every inhabitant of the village. They walked for hours, guided only by faint lantern lights and animal tracks. Finally, they reached an old chapel nestled amidst a clearing. Inside lay decay and neglect, its walls covered in mold bearing traces of centuries past. Yet something extraordinary awaited. The massive oak tree beside the chapel looked different than any other surrounding it. Its branches stretched upward like hands pleading for help. John felt compelled to approach closer despite warnings from others. He placed his hand upon the rough bark, instantly feeling immense power coursing through his body. Before his eyes flashed images of the past. His father, mother, village children, playing among flowers, smiling faces of childhood friends. Then the vision changed. Darkness engulfed everything except one spot of light, the tree emitting energy of pure malevolence. It transformed into a giant monster, reaching out claw-like fingers toward the village. From the depths of the forest emerged whispers, growls, and howls of unseen creatures. Realizing their predicament, the group understood immediate action was necessary, but lacked clarity on what steps to take next. As they hesitated, a stranger approached, wearing a dark cloak, concealing his face beneath a hood. Though unfamiliar, his presence seemed connected to another realm. "I sense your despair," he intoned gravely. "You wish to protect your village?" "Yes, we want to end this madness," John replied firmly. The stranger nodded slowly, then pointed towards the clock tower looming overhead. "You have exactly 24 hours to offer a sacrifice," he stated calmly. Stunned silence fell across the gathering until finally someone asked tremulously, "Who will be sacrificed?" "The choice is yours," answered the hooded figure simply. Alone again, uncertainty gripped each member of the party. Some suggested drawing lots, others proposed rejecting the idea altogether. Only John comprehended fully that no alternative existed. Recalling lessons imparted by his late mother, "Sometimes you pay a price to safeguard others," he resolved privately to become the sacrificial lamb himself. At dawn, he departed silently back to his house. There, he prepared a simple ceremony appropriate for the occasion. Lighting candles, burning incense, he sat facing an open window, awaiting arrival of the forest shadow. Soon enough, air grew heavy. Chilling winds penetrated indoors. Candle flames flickered wildly. Then arrived the shadow, stretching darkly against white snow. An enormous arm shot forth, seizing John's throat tightly. Pain overwhelmed him swiftly. Breath ceased. Consciousness faded gradually away. By morning, friends discovered John's lifeless form, realizing now they were safe. The woodsman returned to his lair, restoring balance to nature. Life resumed normally thereafter. Birds sang joyfully once more. Animals regained trust in people. Every year since then, however, on the eve of winter solstice, villagers remember their hero who gave his life so that others might live. Thus concluded the saga of Little Willow Creek, witness to an age-old battle between good and evil, light and darkness. Yet a lesson remained. Respect nature, cherish it, and she'll defend you in troubled times. Dear friends, our walk along the mysterious paths of the ancient forest is coming to an end. I hope you've enjoyed the story of the old woodsman and the small town of Willow Creek, filled with an atmosphere of mystery and suspense. Thank you very much for your support and warm comments. Please stay tuned because exciting adventures and interesting stories lie ahead. See you in the next episode. Take care of yourself, and always remember, sometimes it's better to listen to old tales and show respect for nature. See you soon.